Now we've got live in the studio via telephone our wonderful sister from Passion Radio, UK.com, Sister LP. Now, Sister LP, yesterday we did reggae bingo in Bradford, and I'm telling you,
Yes.
no, I'm not going to say anything. Just give me your impression. It's your first time to reggae bingo. Just give me your impression of what you thought of it.
Yeah, it was all right.
All right, then that's it. Let's get let's get off.
No, it was more than that. It was absolutely fantastic. It was so lovely to be in an environment where everybody has just come to have a nice time. It is lovely to be joined with people who equally love music and embrace it. You know, I know that it's been going on for a few years now, and because I've had, different arrangements, whatever, commitments in other places, I've not been able to get there, and I've always heard that I missed out on the best night ever. And yesterday, I got to see that. Yeah, I had. This is like the highlight of the year, I think, for our black family in Bradford. And if you're not there, then you're just not there. You don't know what you're missing. It's a riot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was, and I was totally shocked about with the introduction that me and you got. You know what I mean? I felt like a
Yeah.
celebrity. Did you?
Yes, I wasn't expecting it at all. I
Yeah.
wasn't.
He called me the best DJ in the world.
Yeah.
Because I really thought it was only me that thought like that. Yeah.
No, we all agree. We all agree.
No, but we tear the place? Didn't I tear the place down last night? I totally mashed it up.
Yeah, you did. You did so well, brother. And I know that you was kind of working on the fly as well. So we would never have known the amount of work that you put into making that evening go smoothly with regards to the music. Second to none.
Yeah, we want to take
Absolutely.
time to big up Pack and all the team that helped to put that together. Really do, because every
Yeah,
year it gets better and better, and it's really a fantastic night.
lovely. Yeah, I do not intend to miss another one. Now, everybody who knows me knows that I'm a very shy person, very
Oh
reserved.
yeah, yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, you can normally find me sitting quietly in a corner somewhere,
This
keeping
is
myself
I'm
to
telling you, the
myself.
singing you were doing. I didn't know you knew all those words. You know all the words to those tracks.
I am the queen of slackness, my brother.
I was shocked. I was in total shock. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I should be a singer. I think so.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, we're here to talk to you today to find out what you've been getting up to and
Yes.
what you want to the listeners to know about you today, right? So
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the floor to give us out your presentation, sister.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to ask you one question though before we get going.
Yeah, go on.
Um, Before at the end of the first hour, you played Louisa Marks, "Keep It Like It Is."
Yeah.
Yeah, were you playing it on vinyl?
No, I'll tell you where I got that from. When we moved from vinyl to CD,
Uh
right?
huh.
You had to buy a machine. So the
Oh,
machine you had to buy to transfer it to CD is
yeah.
you actually have to play the track, because I've got the track on vinyl. So I had to play the track and put some um, an equipment go through this machine and then put a blank CD in, and it transferred the
Right.
track from the vinyl to the CD. So the crackling
Yes.
was actually from the vinyl itself. You understand?
Okay.
So that's how I managed to put it. And then what I've done, I've taken it from the CD and put it onto
Mm.
the laptop.
Oh, right. Okay. So
Um,
the quality has been kind of, yeah,
yeah,
love
yeah. That's
it.
how it managed to. That's why it was crackling like that. Because I mean, I can
Yeah.
download it again and get it cleaner than that. But I've got it from back in the day when I transferred it.
Okay. All right. It's just that it skipped it as well a few times, and I just thought to myself, if 45 was playing this on vinyl, I wouldn't be paying the money to listen.
No, that's a private joke, listeners. That's a private joke, listeners. I don't know if you want to go down that road, sister. Do you want to go down that road?
No.
uh, I'll put it all right. I'll give him a hint. We
Okay.
we attempted to go to a vinyl dance last night after we was at the Black History Month. You know, I mean, I'm one of these party men. You know, I can't keep my
Well,
skin
you had
quiet.
your rag. You did have your rag, brother.
Yeah, yeah, just in case I walked with my rag.
Right. You were serious.
And anyway, to put it, I don't know how to put it, but we didn't end up going for some reason.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we didn't quite make it inside, unfortunately.
That's
Yeah.
right. It was just like, back in the day, the dancers, when you used to go to a dance, you see all these people outside waiting to go in, and they sat in
Mm.
the cars lingering and not, and then you're thinking to yourself, well, why are you going in the dance? One of them ones. And then I found out why they weren't going in. Anyway, anyway, over to you, sister. Let's go. Let's leave that right there.
Okay. All right. Less of our tomfoolery,
Yeah.
brother. I just want to say hi to Angie. Angie has just messaged to say that she knows me to be a very shy and demure person. So thank you, Angie, over there in Coventry. I agree. I agree. And so the task that 45 set for me was to find out some inventors that are actually of African or Caribbean from the global majority.
Yeah, as it's
Okay?
Black History Month, we have to touch on some of these things. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't
Yeah,
realize the facts of certain things.
that's it. That's it. And we have to do our little bit, you know?
Yeah.
I was on a lesser radio station listening earlier on, and David Rodigan was actually flinging it down with regards to, a lot of the history behind the reggae songs that we listen to today. So I wanted to come from a different perspective and talk about some of the things that we have invented. Okay?
Mm.
Okay. So the GPS, the sat nav, the navigation device that we use, that was created by Gladys West, one of our darling sisters from the global majority.
And how would we manage today without that? Do people don't
Oh,
realize, it's a black man that invented that. How would we manage today in today's world without that? Go on, sister.
yeah, we wouldn't. We wouldn't have made it to that dance last night, would we?
Oh my God. You're
Yeah.
never gonna live
So
it. You're not gonna live it down, are you? Go on.
so that was our sister Gladys West. She invented the sat nav. 3D imaging was invented by a lady called Valerie Thomas. You see 3D imaging when you see people getting pictures of their babies taken in the womb. That's 3D imaging, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, right.
Laser eye surgery. That was invented by Patricia Bath.
Mm.
The Escalade, the cars, they were designed by a man called Edward Wellburn. The escalator was designed by an Alexander Miles, sorry. The roller coaster was invented by a Granville T. Woods.
That's
He
right.
was a real hellraiser.
Mm,
The cell phone, the very phone that I am using to
that's right.
speak to
The cell
my
phone
darling.
that's taking over the world. Everybody's glued to it. A black man.
Absolutely. It's invented by Jesse E. Russell. Yeah. And I'm going to go that little bit further as well and say all of those children, women, and men from the continent who have mined for cobalt and all of those pieces of precious metals that go into making one single mobile phone. We really are the masters of communication. Unfortunately, we're not the masters of ourselves. That's
right.
the problem.
Mm.
The video game and the home videos were created by a man called Gerald Lawson. And Jerry Lawson actually looks very much like a darling brother that we have here in Huddersfield called Phil James.
All right.
Absolutely. Out of
Well,
anyone
he
typical.
mentioned Phil James. I was surprised with him last night. Did you hear him singing and dancing? And
Well,
what's Phil on?
put it this way, I don't know what's gotten into him, but he's a very happy man.
He's changed, hasn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he had a great time.
I think it's the
So
love of a good woman. That's what it is. It changes your attitude. Everything
that's
changes.
it. That's it. I think every good man needs a good woman, and every good woman needs a good man. So
That's
if there are any good men out there, if you could just drop your number with 45, then we can all pick you up later. Orderly queue.
Let's get on with Sholas.
Sorry, yes. Okay. Sanitary ware was created by a sister called Mary Kenner. The security system was invented by a Mary Van Britten Brown. Open heart surgery was invented by Daniel Hale Williams. Plasma, I believe that's, like when people have like a plasma screen.
Mm-hmm.
That was invented by Charles Drew.
Wow.
Surgical equipment, much of it was invented by us from the global majority. And if it wasn't invented by us, unfortunately, it was tested on us. Yeah? So again, much of the surgery equipment that is used, is down to us.
Yeah, it's just like how Thomas Edison gets the praise for inventing the light bulb, but it was Latimer that actually, because the one Thomas Edison invented, it kept blowing out, right?
Right.
But when Latimer, Louis Latimer got a hold of it, he's made it so that it could last and it wouldn't blow out. So, but they give him the credit. They give the white man the credit. But it wasn't him.
That's it.
It wasn't lasting 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on, sister.
Couldn't sustain it. Also, hockey was invented in 1895 by us. That was 22 years before they made the NHL, which is the Hockey League. The first computer was invented by us, the viewfinder. Do any of you remember that little red thing that we used to have as kids? And you would look through it and then you'd press the buttons down at the side and it would change the picture?
Yes, I remember. Yeah. Viewmaster. I got one for Crimbo one year.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Viewmaster.
you must have been a good boy that year.
Yeah. I think I got it from my uncle. ER45, there's a Viewmaster, lad. Have a look at something.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Well, also the first search machine, this first search engine, I'll say. So we've had Google, we've had Yahoo. There are different types of search engines, but none of them would exist if it wasn't for Alan Hermitage.
Exactly, and the brother,
Barbados.
and he's not getting the rewards from it because he never wasn't he didn't pattern it.
Yeah,
right?
He didn't do it the white way.
That's right, but he doesn't get a penny
right
for it, and this is how we exist today with all these search engines. And it was a black man that started it. You know what I mean? People don't understand these things. You know what I mean? Go on, sister.
Yeah. We are a great and wonderful people. And I want to end off as well by talking about Big Ben, Benjamin Banneker. So for those of our brothers and sisters who are not aware, the clock in Westminster, called Big Ben, is named after Benjamin Banneker, who also created the almanac that designed, it was a book that was designed to tell us when to plant, when to harvest, when to rest, and he basically took us through the farming calendar of the year. He is Benjamin Banneker, and he also invented clocks, and the design from Big Ben, that is based in the UK, Westminster, was his design.
Wasn't him that designed the White House and the design of the white. I'm sure it's Benjamin Banneker.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if it was,
Yeah,
because he was good.
yeah, yeah.
He was
Mm.
hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
another one that the main one I think, sister, is the internet. The
Yes.
internet
Yeah.
itself was invented by us. He's a Nigerian brother, Derwali or something. What's his? I can't pronounce his name, but he's a Nigerian brother called Deno Dewale. Something. But
Right.
he was the one that's credited for inventing the internet. But he doesn't. We don't get that credit. We
No.
don't get that sort
When
of
I was at
credit. What
university,
sort of world would we have today if it wasn't for the internet?
yeah, we wouldn't. It would be a completely different
That's right.
place. It really,
We people don't
you know.
realize how what sort of people we are. We just natural. Things come out of
Yeah,
us like how web comes out of a spider. You know what I mean?
that's it.
Inventions, everything come out of us, and but somebody else
Yeah,
gets the credit, and they teach this foolishness in school that they invented that, they did that, and it's all
yeah,
lies. You know,
yeah,
and we send our generation after generation, right? We know what happened to us when we went to school, and then we end up sending our children to their school again to be taught the
yeah,
same crap. You know, we need to have
yeah,
our own schools, teach our children the truth. Just all you got to
yeah,
teach them the truth. You're not telling them any lies because they're
yeah,
being told lies at school.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I better go off my soapbox because I won't stop here today. Go on, sister.
Okay. Well, it's true though. We are woefully misled. We really are. And bringing the conversation round to me, um, I believe that we have been woefully misled with regards to the truth about death and the function that it actually serves for us and our bodies today and always. As a result of a lot of the work that I've been doing, me and my crew, I now have a good solid team behind me. We are opening a CIC, that's a community interest company. And through that organization, we will now be able to start rolling out our services nationwide. Okay. We're starting off nationwide, although internationally we are being asked for help and support on the continent. But let's bring it back to the UK. So, what I have done is I've sent out a survey across all of my contacts, and I've asked my contacts to send out to their contacts. I know 45 you have done so as well. As of yesterday, I had over 70 replies. I've not checked it today, to be honest, because I was hungover after yesterday's amazing evening without any alcohol, I might add. But the Loss and Grief Centre will be created so that we ourselves have something that is made and designed for us, invented by, yes, a black woman, but also by the community, for the community. So, what we will be doing is offering one-to-one sessions, group sessions. We will also be going out to businesses and schools and working with the police to help people to have an understanding of what grief is, why it's necessary, and how we can actually help ourselves and others from a cultural perspective. So, we're not only are we doing the work of healing, but also the work of overstanding, understanding, understanding, so that we can really get to grips with what death and grief are. Now, the questionnaire helps us to get the community's voice, so that when we submit the papers for the final papers for this CIC, those who are, let's say, I don't know, deciding whether or not we can have it, they'll be able to see the need. And there is a very real need for us to have our own death and grief related organisation, because we grieve differently to anybody else. Our services will be available to everybody because grief is universal. But so many people do not understand how to work with people from our communities who are experiencing grief. So this is where Dipism steps in. And the name Dipism is Death in Practice, DIP, and ism is a way of life. So Death in Practice, Dipism. That's the organization that I founded back in 2021 alongside FACFO, which is the Federation of African and Caribbean Funeral Operatives. Now, I'll give you a bit of an update with regards to FACFO. I have just paid for a brand new website to be created so that we can now start to order our funerals online. They will then be presided over by a Black funeral director. Now, we don't have many in the UK. We need more. Okay. The good thing about being a funeral director is that you don't need any kind of qualifications. Literally, you can rock up and decide that you're going to be a funeral director. I know that many more of our brothers and sisters probably won't do that because we have a fear of death. But that fear is not ours. It's a Western fear that we have adopted in the process of assimilation. This is not our way. It's not our tradition. There was a time when we used to celebrate death and we knew the purpose of grief. We will be going back to those times as we continue to elevate as a people. But right now, we need something in place for us. So one day, hopefully 45, somebody will say, you see that Laura D. Pusey? She invented, I don't know, death. she put a new spin on death or something like that.
You're going to go down in history, sister. You know that. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, let me keep your thought there. But I've just had a text come in and it says,
okay.
Yes, we are awesome. Thank you, Laura, for Dipism work. Yeah, that's coming from the chat line.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Right.
I used to work on a chat line, but we'll not mention any more about that. So, yes, moving on. Thank you so much. The work, I was speaking with somebody recently and he explained to me that I work on the macro, not on the micro. So even though I do have one-to-one sessions with people, my work really is about the community. I'm very passionate about the community and what we need. And what we need are spaces where we can speak about our grief without the judgment, without having to explain ourselves, without having to wonder if the other person understands what we're saying. We need our own spaces. And this year, I was fortunate enough to train up 14 people under my own system to be grief practitioners. So when we get up and running with the CIC, we already will have people in place who can take your call, who can sit with you through a session, and who can listen and help guide and direct whatever it is that you are going through and help you to see it perhaps from a different perspective. We work from the moment of diagnosis. From the moment somebody says you have a life-limiting illness, all the way through to the end of, if ever there is, grief, which means that you will have somebody by your side, somebody who you can contact, somebody who can help to explain what the doctors are saying. The people that work under Dipism will not be medically trained, but they will be trained to ask the right questions and to maintain a sense of calm so that the right information can be filtered through, so that everybody within the space, within that circle surrounding the person who is about to make their transition, is aware of what's needed and what's coming next. Oftentimes when I've spoken to people, they've said, we could have done with somebody who could have actually explained it to us and not assumed that we knew what was happening. There are so many organizations out there that are designed to help us through this these transitions, but they're not effective when it comes to working with people from our community. So we are making that happen on so many different levels. I know that I'm kind of cramming it in. I also want to tell you that in 2027, I am hosting a conference at the University of Johannesburg. I'm working with, what are they called? Professors and people within the funeral industry in South Africa. We are coming together, and we are also going to be inviting our African healers and specialists from around the world to join us in South Africa in May 2027. We will be discussing the Berlin Conference and the effect that that had on the continent. But more importantly, the subject is about dying, death, and grief, how it is handled worldwide, the influence that the West has had on us, and some of those rituals and traditions that are necessary at that time of transition that perhaps may have been lost to those of the diaspora. So is there a lot of work going on? Certainly, there is a lot. Oh, and as well, before I tell you, before my manager messages me and says, you didn't mention this, I'm having a book launch, 2 book launches. One will be in West Yorkshire, either Huddersfield or Bradford, and the other one will be in London. And there I will be showcasing the books My Life's Tapestry and Tapestries of Grief. Okay, so those are 2 books that I have written. They are available on Amazon. So nearer the date, I will let you know where we're going to be for the launches, and then you can bring your books down and I will sign them for you. There are other things that we have planned as well. I'm going to be starting an online service again, a session where we all come together and we discuss grief from different perspectives. So I know I've spoken quickly, but oftentimes, I don't speak about the work that I'm doing because I'm busy doing it. And I know that a lot of people out there, the demand is growing more and more for the services that we provide. So my intention is to be ready for the people that need it. So, yeah, I'm not one of those people who's out there blowing my trumpet, but when you need the services, they will be there. And if you need any kind of help, guidance, or support before you hear from me again, the number to call or contact me on actually via WhatsApp is 07986 726 238. That's 07986 726 238. Contact me on WhatsApp and then I will call you back if you have any queries, comments, suggestions. If you want to do the survey, which is what would be, great if you could message me for that. You can find the website www.dipism.com. That's DIPISM.com. If you want to book a session with me for grief support. And for now, you can find us at FACFO, which is www.facfo.org. But you will not be able to plan your funeral on there yet because that website is still in creation and it's very exciting. I'm going to be seeing it next week. But for now, we do have our funeral directors on there, and we have other service providers as well, such as florists and musicians and, people who provide those little extras for funerals. So if you know anybody that you think should be on the directory, again, contact me on 07986 726 238. And I say this of FACFO all the time, if the community don't get involved, then it doesn't exist. Because I'm doing it for the community. So if the community are not interested, then it just won't happen. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay. But my calling is to make sure that the everything that we need, the services that we need, the resources we need are available to our people primarily. Okay. The books, My Life's Tapestry and Tapestries of Grief, were designed for us, by us. The experiences that I've had in life have led me to do this work. And I don't want to know that there are people who are suffering within my community if they don't need to be. Okay? Me and the army behind me are ready to work with our brothers and sisters whenever they're in need. So I think I done talk. 45, have you got any questions that you want to ask me?
No, sister, there's something you've forgot to mention. There's something that you've forgotten to mention.
My holiday to Zimbabwe this year.
No, no, no. You
No?
forgot to mention that you were actually on Passion Radio UK.com at certain times and days.
Oh,
The people need to know that where they can find you on Passion. Give it, big up yourself. Go on, sister.
brother, as I told you earlier on, people never believe me when I say this. I am very shy and demure, When it comes to blowing my own horn, I'm not.
No, well, you should get some lessons from me because I can blow my trumpet. I know how to blow it. Just listen to my name, the big 45. Not
Big.
so. With a name like that, you've got to be able to blow your trumpet.
That's true. That's true. I know how visions of you blowing your own trumpets.
No,
Big 45.
no, but the thing about it, I can back it up.
Yes.
I can back it up.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
I gave them a little touch last night. I backed it up.
You certainly did. You certainly did. Well, yes, brothers and sisters, I am otherwise known as DJ LP. I am a Passion Radio DJ. And I play every Monday, 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock. We're talking the tings. And then 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, I'm playing sweet reggae music. All right. So 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock every Monday, I'm on the radio. We will be having a discussion. I will be dropping some facts and I will be giving you alternative ways of thinking about things that maybe we've been led to believe are true and real, but are not for us. And then in the evening, 8 to 10, it's all about the reggae, baby. It's all about the reggae.
Yep.
So, yes, I'm also a Passion Radio DJ in my own right, under my mentor, Big 45. And I do want to big up Passion Radio management as well, because they are so patient with me. They've been so patient with me. And yeah, I just want to say there's a lot of appreciation.
Well, I'm going to big the management up as well, sister, because to be honest with you, I didn't think I'd be on Passion for so long. I'm always getting kicked up. I'm getting ready to get kicked up every week because I treat every show as my last one, because anytime they can say, we've had enough now, 45, get off, lad, on your bike, sling your look. So I'm surprised that they've still got me playing on a Sunday. Anyway.
Well, I don't think you can be replaced, brother. Who else is like you?
Oh, I'm not that good, really. Believe it or not, all this is just a front. And I'm really a shy individual.
Oh, you're trying it now, big 45.
you know what I'm individual. Yeah. Oh my!
I hear you. I believe you.
Oh my gosh! Anyway, sister, thank you very much for this evening. You've really we've had some fun before it done. Anyway, you know what I mean.
Yes.
And hopefully the listeners has taken on board what you've just said, and then wherever they can assist and help out and do whatever is needed, they'll come forward.
Okay, can I give my number again?
Please do. Yeah, please do.
Okay, so that number is 07986 726 238. If you contact me via WhatsApp, then I will get back to you. Okay, if you have any questions or needs, or you want to, discuss anything to do with dying, death, or grief, then at the moment that is the number to contact us on. Okay.
Yeah, and we like
Okay.
to just take time to give a. Can you give a shout out for the our sister Louise's book, because there were people last night asking to buy some. But there was one that was given out as a prize, because there were a lot
Yep.
of bingo prizes, and that book was one of them. The Reggae Prep. Yeah, give it a plug for us, sister.
Yep. So the Reggae Prepper. I think this is a book that every person needs to have in their home. And I'm not underestimating that. Every person should have a copy of this book in their home, and they should make their way through it to ensure that when there are times of calamity,
Which
they
is
don't
coming
need
up,
to
sister.
leave
Which
their
is coming
house.
up with serious times we're living in. Carry on.
Yeah, we need to make sure that we've got everything that we need, so that we don't need to leave our house and go out into the fray where there may be rioting or bandit people or fighting going on over the necessary stuff like flour, water. you know we need to make sure that we are equipped with sufficient warmth and shelter when those times come, and that we have enough clothes and sustenance so that we can make it through whatever the tragedy, disaster, or catastrophe is. You know what they say, and this is what I often teach as well in my training, is that we have to have our life jacket on before we can go out and help anybody else.
True talk.
Another way of putting it is dance a yard before you dance abroad. All
Mm.
right. So let us prepare our households sufficiently for any kind of calamity or disaster that may befall us. Our sister Louise has created the book, The Reggae Prepper. She's also provided a little playlist to go with it. All right. So you can find her as well on Amazon. If you look up the Reggae Prepper playlist, I think you can also find her under her name, Louise Muhammad. Likewise, you can find me under Amazon under Laura D. Pusey. That's Pusey. Okay. And that's for Tapestries of Grief and My Life's Tapestry.
Oh, wonderful,
So,
sister.
yeah.
Thank
And
you.
we've got to thank Dr. Asha really for the work that she's done to help us both to get our books out there for our brothers and sisters. So Dr. Asha, big yourself up. You are
Oh,
an amazing,
she's
beautiful woman.
she's big like that. She's big like that. I'm telling you, she big till she can't big no more. I've got so much
Yeah,
admiration for the sister. When people are working for their people, you know what I mean, and she's got so much
yeah.
letters and titles and so on and so. But that don't mean nothing to her. You know what I mean?
No,
She's
no.
her people. She
Yeah.
working for. I love her like that.
Yes, beautiful. Her
Yes,
and Claudia. My
serious.
business is Death in Practice. And I was saying to Claudia, I don't know what the P should stand for. And she was like, how about practice? So it's Death in Practice, Dippism. And yeah, I just big up those sisters. They are beautiful. ACAP is a beautiful, splendid organization.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, sister,
Yeah.
till next time, I want to say thank you very much for coming on my show. But you're on passion anyway. I'm going to say coming on passion, but you're on passion anyway. Yeah.
I am. Thank you for allowing me to be on your show, brother.
No problem, sister. See you later.
Okay,
Bye bye.
bye.